making a chicken mousse is a beautiful thing. It takes a lot of work. Okay, let's start with that chicken breast. I like chicken breast to make mousse. Just think it breaks down better. Chop it into pieces to make it user friendly for our RoboCoupe. That needs to be chilled, by the way. It's been in the fridge for an hour. That's really important. I'm going to go in with a whole egg. That's important too. I'm going to go in with a little bit of salt. It will need more, but I go in with that now. Okay, that wants to get busy and into a nice puree. Okay, that's that done. Out comes the chicken. I find it easiest to put the chicken in one place. Do this with duck and do it with grouse. Do it whatever you want. Don't put all the salt in now because it tends to kind of cook the chicken and make it very difficult to pass through your tamis. So be careful with that. Just pop that on there. There, lose that. Okay, then just start a little bit at a time, passing that through like so. That's the bit, look at this, Sam, look, that's the sort of stuff you're trying to get rid of. So that doesn't end up in the mousse and these white fibres. This is what makes a really pure puree that then turns into a really lovely velvety mousse. I'm just pulling a little piece of the mousse at a time. I'm not trying to drag the whole thing through. I think that's the key to it. Make sure this is cold. Make sure the RoboCoupe's cold. And make sure you're not doing this in a warm room, because you need to keep this as cold as possible. You're going to be working with it, agitating it, heating it up, and we need to keep it cold. All right, that's gone through nicely. Then bang it through like that. Make sure it all comes through. Clean side of the scraper. And before you make that mousse, what you want to do is just chill that down in the fridge for about 20 minutes to make sure it's nice and cold. Okay, so that's that chilled down chicken puree. That's going into a bowl over a bowl of ice. So we're keeping this cold at every juncture now. Goes in there like that. That can go away now. Just taking a lot of care. So there's ice water underneath here. And we're just going to work that inside. I'm going to add a little bit more salt now. I'm then going to add to this double cream. Just a little bit at a time. Don't be putting lots in there. Don't use whipping cream. Don't use single cream. You need to use double cream. And we just need to get that cream amalgamated into that chicken breast. You know, and like everything else, the better chicken you use, the better double cream you use, the better quality egg you use, the better something as simple as chicken mousse will be. And I think a lot of people make chicken mousse or look at chicken mousse as almost a sort of secondary byproduct, whereas in fact I think it's the other way around. Because it's so simple and it's so processed like this, it does need to be as good a quality ingredients as you can possibly use. I'm adding this in almost like a sort of mayonnaise, one bit at a time, trying to create enough there to be able to really get some rhythm and moving that mousse around like that. That's what we're looking for. That noise is what we're looking for as well, that movement. We're really working the protein, working the cream in. What I'm doing, I'm actually pushing the mousse really firm into the bottom of the bowl to sort of create that, where it's pushed in, creating a bit more of a paddle. So I can really push that mousse around. And I'm looking to it to get to a really stiff texture, but have absorbed about the same weight of the cream as there is chicken. So that's important. This hasn't got quite enough strength for me yet. Nearly, but getting there. Okay, so that's probably had about the right amount of cream. I'm just going to do two things now. I'm going to see if that drops on the spoon. It should just drop and leave a holding there. This is what I'm looking for, this kind of hold there. That's good. It's also a colour thing. I kind of want it to get down to sort of that pale pink colour. I'm just going to test a bit of it there. Just drop it onto some cling film. Going to be able to check the seasoning at this point, check how much cream's in there, the density of the whole mousse, and ultimately how delicious it is. And just roll that up, make a little sausage, a little tester. And we're just going to poach that in a pan of simmering water, just to cook it for about 4 minutes it'll probably take. You'll feel that the mousse will really firm up. Just seal that at one end, turn it over and seal the other end, like so. Okay, so what we need to do now, just cut the end off. Basically squeeze that out. Got a nice whole form. All we just need to do now is just sort of test how squidgy that is. What's the seasoning is pretty spot on. Take a tiny bit more salt probably. That's the texture of the mousse. It's nice and smooth. There's a tiny bit more salt, but that's it. Tested mousse. Adjust. Next stage.